Hello, welcome back to our series of video on entrepreneurship in innovation. We shall continue to look into the topic of financial analysis. In the previous videos, we have looked into the balance sheet as well as the projected balance sheet. So for this particular video, we will look into the income statement. At the end of this session, you should be able to define the income statement as well as the cash flow statement. You should also be able to justify the importance of these statements and finally analyze the income statement and cash flow statement. Income statement is also known as profit and loss or P&L statement. Statement of earnings, statement of operations, or sometimes it is called as statement of income. All organizations need to generate revenue to stay in business. The revenues are used to pay expenses, interest payments on debt, and taxes owed to the government. After the cost of doing business are paid, the amount left over is called the net income. And net income is theoretically available to the shareholders. However, an organization's management often chooses to retain earnings for future investments rather than paying out dividends. Income statement is basically a summary of the organization's performance over a specific period of time, as reflected by the profitability or lack of it. The income statements itemizes revenues and expenses of the past that leads to the current profit and loss and indicates what may be done to improve the results. So income statement can be used for decision making. In contrast to a balance sheet, an income statement depicts what happened over a month, a quarter, or a year. It depends on how the management would like to look at it. The income statement is based on the following equation. So we have the net income, which is equal to the total revenue minus to the total expenses. A sample income statement and also projected income statement is shown next, respectively. So this is an example of an income statement for a particular month of November 2010. So we have the elements of the revenue, we have the elements of the expenses, and the element of the net income. In the breakdown of the revenue, we may have sales revenues, consulting revenues, and fee income, and the total revenue is being highlighted on the right hand side of the column. And then the expenses can come from the salaries, can also involve lab equipment, office supplies, other expenses. Okay, the total expenses is highlighted here. And the net income is basically the revenues minus the expenses. So we have the net income in the bottom right hand side corner. Whereas for the projected income statement, we normally have a different year. So year 1, year 2, year 3, and we can also calculate the growth rate in terms of percentage. So in terms of the sales, cost of goods sales, right? We also have we can calculate the gross profit, operating expenses, okay, and operating profit, and finally the net profit. And bottom of the table, we can then look into the gross margin, whether it is 50%, 66%, or another 66%. So again, this is a projected income statement. So you can see whether the company are going to generate revenue in the future, or the company are going to be at loss in certain years. The primary difference between an income statement and projected income statement is that the projected income statement focuses on estimating future business revenue, future cost of goods sold, gross profit, future operating expenses, and net profit. It's just based on assumptions. So the projected income statement is utilized to project financial future of an organization. You don't want to see the company to collapse without knowing what's happening. So it is best to estimate what's going on and provide suitable strategies in order to make the company profitable. We will look into few glossaries. I feel that there is important to understand the terminology used throughout the income statement. So basically in the next video, we will go through one by one in terms of the glossary involved. If you have any comment or queries regarding this particular topic, you may leave at the YouTube link. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.